What's up, everyone? This is AJ on Day Trader Boom or Bust. It's been a minute since I've posted the video, so I'm a little rusty at this, but I would like to be able to get back in the habit of posting daily recaps for everyone. So here we go. This is my watch list for today. On the primary watch list, I had NOVN and CCL. Both were trading on news. And I also had Workhorse, which was looking good on the daily, or there was a bit of a volume anomaly from yesterday. So I really wanted to see what it was going to do today. And then on the secondary list, I had BB Blackberry, FCell, CCIV, and CLOV, which have all been tickers, stocks that have been moving lately. So this is, for those that don't know, I post my daily watch list every day at 9:15 a.m. on Twitter. And this is my Twitter handle, at AJ Tabayan. So if you want to catch this watch list every morning, then definitely give me a follow there on Twitter. All right, so let's take a look at the trades today. I ended up trading CCL for the most part. I did take a trade in Workhorse also, but I'll talk about that in a second. CCL, let's move over here a bit. And so it really wasn't doing much, as you can see here in the pre-market. But I really wanted to kind of see if there was going to be an opportunity on it, because there seemed to be volume building up. And anyways, of all the stocks that were on my watch list, this one seemed to have one of the best volume profiles at the open. There really was lower than average volume today, which you'd expect on a Friday. And for those, again, who are a little new to my channel, I tend to trade, or will generally only take trades in stocks that are trading at over 100% RVOL. So CCL, I think, was trading around 130, 140% RVOL at the open. And let me zoom in here a bit. So you can see this is the 1 minute chart. The first 1 minute candle here was a red candle, but it hit this. You can see the VPOC line here. Let me get my Epic pen so I can help you follow along with what I'm looking at here. So yeah, so this is the first one. This is the 1 minute candle. This is the VPOC line I was talking about, and it hit some resistance there. And what I did, my first trade was a losing trade, actually. Sorry, I'm just trying to, let me just double check something here. As I told you, I would be a little bit rusty, but bear with me. All right, just want to check my journal here. Yeah, so my first trade was a losing trade, actually. Let me back up a bit. This was the first 1 minute candle was a red one, and I thought it looked a little weak, so I was going to play a 1 minute opening range breakout to the downside. So you can see I got in here short, and unfortunately it came right back up and stopped me out right there. So that was a 1 hour loss. Then this black line here is the opening price, and as you can see, it threw a doji candle here, and was kind of hit some resistance here at the opening price. And what happened was, with this wick up, I ended up taking a short here with a stop loss of the top of this candle. So it did end up selling off, and I was pretty I have mixed feelings about this. Overall, I was disappointed with this trade because at 2R, which is my strategies at this point are to get out all out at 2R. And then if I feel it's going to run more, I can always get back in for further run. But I want to take all my profit at 2R, and 2R was right here at the bottom of this candle. What I did do was, because on the level 2 I saw a little, I saw some inventory down to 29, which I thought it might sell off to. I only took off 50% at this part. I, instead of getting all out, I partialed here 50%. And unfortunately, it hit some support at this VPOC line, as I was talking about a little earlier, and it proceeded to go back up and ended up stopping me out on this trade. And so, unfortunately, I only had a 1R gain on this trade, which brought me back to just over. It was a little bit more than 1R, but it brought me back to green for the day after this first loss here. But unfortunately, I should have been green 1R had I stuck to my plan, which was, like I said, to get out at get all out at 2R, and if it proceeded to run towards 29, then I could always get back in the trade. But anyways, so that was a green trade. And after it did this, I saw some strength in it, but I wanted to I didn't want to get stuck in this range here. So you can see this big 1 minute candle. I didn't want to get stuck in that range, so I kind of watched the stock a little bit, but I really did feel that if it broke out to the top side or broke out, to the downside, it could really run after kind of, trading in this range. So I was watching CCL, and as you can see, it threw I guess you could call this a bit of a hammer candle here and pushed above the opening price here. So when it did that, I went long at this point, and I held that. This time, I definitely held it for the 2R, so it almost came back to me, but my stop loss was somewhere around over here. So I really wasn't in any big threat of getting stopped out. But and then it pushed it, you can see it hit some support at this opening price, and then really shot up. So you can see here, this is my 2R all out. You would call that, I guess, a bit more of a scalping strategy, as I do more now than I was in my earlier videos where I was doing a lot more partialing. So that was a 2R trade. So felt pretty good about that. And then, sorry, let me just get rid of that, and let's go a little further here. Okay, so what did I do here? Sorry. Okay. So this trade here put me at just over 2R green for the day. And when this came all the way back down and broke the support of the opening price, I was watching it as it consolidated between this level here and this S2 Camarilla pivot point. And when I was watching for it to break in either direction once again. So when I felt that it was getting a little weak, and I took a short, but it immediately wicked back up and unfortunately stopped me out for a 1R loss at that point. So I watched it again, and when it broke above this S1 level here, I went long, and fortunately that worked out. And again, I managed to get a 2R trade there, a 2R scalp. So that put me at just over 3R for the day. And to be honest with you, that really was my day. It was a Friday. You can see that this all out here was about 10:30, and I felt that there was there was definitely a drop in volume uh, throughout the market, in my opinion. And I didn't think that there was going to be many moves after that point. So I had pretty much called it a day there, but I did continue to watch the markets. And I mentioned earlier that I did take a trade in Workhorse. So let me quickly show you that. That was much later in the day. Just move over here. Where was that trade? Yeah, so here it is. Okay, so you can see that there was a big breakout Workhorse here around 1250, and it pushed all the way up here. And what I saw was this hammer candle, and more importantly, and when I take trades later in the day, I look at the 5-minute chart for more confirmation. So let's do that here. Okay, so let's zoom in. So here you can see it's a little bit more apparent what I was looking at. You can see this hammer candle right here on higher than average volume. Oh, right here, higher than average volume. So you can see these two big 5-minute candles pushing up, increasing volume. Then it threw this this red candle on, again, high volume. Then there's this green candle on lower volume, and then this obvious hammer candle or shooting star candle on high volume. So that really caught my attention with this. So I was looking for a break. And then further, there's this R3 level right here. So I was looking for this for a bit of a retracement. Just a quick little scalp. I didn't think it was going to have a full reversal, but I definitely felt there could be a bit of a pullback. So I was looking for this. If it broke below this R3 level and this candle, I was going to go short. So it had this little doji, and then through another shooting star upside down hammer, and at that point I went short. So this trade I was disappointed with, and I'll tell you why. Not because of the entry. The entry was great. There was a bit of slippage because this was trading on SSR, so I had to get it on the uptick. So unfortunately, although I wanted to get in at 1585 here, this short was at 1579. So you can see it pushed down. R2, this R2 level was 1R. I was actually going to take it all up, but again, I already made that mistake earlier in the day where, I didn't follow my scalping rule of, 2R all out. 2R was right about here. And what had happened here was when it wicked this way, this is why I was disappointed in this trade. My mentality shifted right to my P&L. So this was a failed trade because I started trading my P&L. So you can see I got all out here at break even because I was afraid. And my stop loss, let me clear all these out. My stop loss was way up here at 1590. Sorry, so it was actually around here, well above this candle, because I felt that if it pushed back above R3 and pushed above this candle, that this pullback was kind of negated, and I wouldn't want to be in the trade. So it never came even close to that, but because I was trading my P&L, I didn't want to take any losses for the day, so I got all out, which was unfortunate because I would have had another 2R easily at this point, even if it didn't, and it would have because my 2R was above this R1 level here. Um, but even if it hadn't, hit my order there, you can see it did come back up, but nowhere near my stop loss. What would have been my stop loss, and you can see that it proceeded to really sell off. This was a no-brainer trade in my opinion. I really should have been able to take advantage of this trade, but unfortunately, I traded my P&L and I missed out. So no loss, but definitely disappointed in that trade. Anyways, that was the entire day, trading day for me. 6 trades in total. This is my P&L for the day, so you can see this was that first losing trade on CCL, and then you can see solid gains on CCL. This workhorse was basically a break-even trade. I finished the day at just a little bit more than 2R, maybe 3.2R for the day. So pretty happy with that. And yeah, that's about it for today's recap. So like I said, I am committed to getting back into the habit of posting these recaps every day. Hopefully I will polish things up and be a little bit smoother with my presentation. I've been thinking about this for a while, but in trying to find the perfect time and to prepare to present the perfect way, I was, just putting it off more and more. So I figured, what? Content is more important than putting it out perfectly, at least in my opinion. So I thought, what? Let's just do it. We'll put recap out there and we will polish it up as we go along. So for those of you who tuned in, thank you so much for tuning in. As always, hit the like, hit the subscribe button if you want to catch more, and turn on notifications so you get notified of all my new videos. And until the next recap, have a great weekend, and we'll see you on Monday. Cheers.